So Wuthering Waves has a chance to go mainstream. Now, if you've been around on this channel, then you'll know that I talk a lot about Wuthering Waves and also the PlayStation version coming to it. I made about 2 or 3 videos on this, from whenever it was first kind of teased to the actual announcement to now some new gameplay. And there is actually even more gameplay which I will show in this video, which is just super exciting to see. Now obviously the announcement for it coming out on PlayStation has been super well received, and tons of Wuthering Waves players are super excited for it, as a lot of current players can play it on their console whenever they're, just sat in bed or something like that. Especially with Wuthering Waves being one of those games where you've got to explore a lot and, spend a lot of time in the game. But also, it's good news for a lot of people who don't play the game at the moment and only have a PS5 and haven't been able to play it because either their phone wasn't good enough or they don't have a PC. But in this video, I'm going to be going over a couple articles and also the new gameplay and explaining why this Wuthering Waves update coming to PS5 could actually help it go mainstream and boost its player count a ton. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy it. And obviously go over to Gamersubs and use my code KAZO where you can get yourself 10% off. Gamersubs actually have an event going on at the moment, which is an early Christmas sale. I know it's like the end of July, so it's nowhere near Christmas, but they're giving away a ton of free stuff, including a free shaker and a ton of other kind of like merch stuff. So I definitely recommend you guys go check that out. But let's get back into the video. So whenever I do research for this channel, I look through a lot of news articles and a lot of just media in general to do with Wuthering Waves. And then I stumbled upon this news article which says, PlayStation gamers stunned by new free PS5 RPG, no PS Plus needed. Now, this is by Gaming Bible. If you don't know who Gaming Bible are, they are a massive, gaming news site who became quite popular due to like Lad Bible and stuff like that, and now they've expanded into stuff like Gaming Bible. And obviously they are quite vague with the title here. PlayStation gamers, by saying new free PS5 RPG, they haven't actually specifically said any game, but this is actually to do with Wuthering Waves. They say PlayStation 5 fans rejoice as you'll soon have a new RPG to play, and it'll be completely free when it releases. You won't even need PlayStation Plus to claim it either. Wuthering Waves is the latest gacha game to come out of China for mobile platforms, where it's performing well. However, the developers Gacha Games are now targeting the PlayStation 5, and then they go on to say most developers of mobile gacha RPGs tend to focus on the Japanese console, which is also home to Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, and the new Zone Zero. It seems that Wuthering Waves will be the next hit game to capture audiences with its anime styling and engaging characters. Now obviously, yeah, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, and Zone Zero are all already on PlayStation, so this is just amazing that Wuthering Waves is coming to it as well. And obviously I've talked about this a lot in previous videos, and pretty much the whole article goes on to talk about the overall announcement of Wuthering Waves coming to PlayStation and why players need to play it whenever it comes out on the PS5. Because as I said a lot in my videos, there is a lot of people who don't play Wuthering Waves, who don't play gacha games, who are going to be enticed to play this game just because it's a free game that is enjoyable, that people can just easily pick up on the PS5, and I just think that's great. And the fact that you don't need PS Plus to claim it as well, which is a paid service that PlayStation have, is also just amazing, and it will entice a ton of players, especially ones that don't have a lot of money, to play the game, and maybe even just give it a try, even if it's for like a couple weeks or something like that, and hopefully we can get a ton more players playing this game. And obviously this article, it being on Gaming Bible isn't just like a gacha news site. Obviously I've covered a lot of news sites in the past which, cover more gacha games than a lot of other sites, but Gaming Bible is just overall, games in general, meaning that Wuthering Waves is actually being noticed more by the general public, and I think that adding it to PS5 will especially help with this. Because as you may know, there's tons of gacha games out there which are very, very niche, and only gacha game players have really heard of them, and obviously none of these are getting PlayStation releases or anything like that too. Now that may be down to their advertising or how they market their game, because obviously some games are marketed more at gacha gamers anyways because they think that they would enjoy it more. But yeah, gacha games aren't really that big of a thing worldwide. It's more of a thing in Asia, and obviously there is a community of us who play gacha games as well. But obviously there are a few anomalies like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, and Zone Zero which have actually made it into the mainstream. This has mostly helped with their advertising and marketing over in the West as well. And we're starting to see this with Wuthering Waves 2, which is super exciting to see. Because obviously whenever Wuthering Waves first came out, they did do a very good job at making it global and, advertising to all the areas that they could. But I think the overall problem was the popularity of the game worldwide. And adding it to PS5 will definitely help it, become more popular and help hit a lot of those audiences that they're hoping to hit. As I said, we actually have more gameplay of the Wuthering Waves footage. We can see this here. This is much better quality than the last footage we looked at. The other one was recorded on some potato phone or something like that. But as you can see, the game looks very, very smooth, and I think this will definitely entice a lot of players too, because obviously lots of people won't be super interested in the fact that it's a gacha game or that it's some kind of anime style game. They might just be interested in the overall graphics and stuff because they do look amazing for a free game. I think that's just insane, and I hope that, a lot of people do see this game see the graphics that it can offer, and actually pick it up. Because obviously, more players playing it on PlayStation equals more revenue, which means, you know, we're going to be getting a better experience. Obviously, Kuro Games have proven that time and time again, that they can spend their money wisely and make a game good, especially with Changli recently. Her abilities look super nice, and I think they've put a lot of effort into designing it, compared to a lot of the gacha games out at the moment, which, you know, don't really do it as much, especially the Hoyo ones. Although recently there was some Honkai style news which did look really nice, with all of the new character animations which were technically leaks. Obviously I won't show that here, but again, they're looking really cool. And I think that if Wuthering Waves wants to succeed and keep up with these gacha games, then releasing it on PS5 is such a good move, and I hope that they release it to other consoles soon. As I said in my previous videos, you know, Xbox don't really deal with gacha games for some reason, and Nintendo don't really deal with Chinese games. So it's going to be very unlikely that we'll see them on other consoles, but if we could actually get them on any of them, like in the slightest possible chance, I honestly think that Wuthering Waves would do so much better, as, you know, this is a market that even, you know, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, and Zenless Zero haven't touched, as those are all games that literally just stay on the PlayStation 5 and obviously, you know, the other platforms that they're usually on, such as PC and mobile. But if Wuthering Waves could get over to Nintendo Switch or over to Xbox, I definitely think that they would have an up on a lot of other gacha games. And even just coming to PS5, it cements themselves as one of the top gacha games out there because, you know, they've got such a large deal like this. But I also think it's not just a case of them getting deals with PlayStation, with Xbox, with whatever. I think the game's just like good overall as well. I think that definitely contributes to how popular they are among gacha games. And yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes, especially with a lot of the future updates, a lot of the future regions, because technically we're still kind of in the first region. Obviously, we have Mount Firmament, which is a new location. But again, that isn't a completely new region with a completely new culture or anything. It's still part of Jinjo. So I'm super excited to see what kind of happens with that, how it looked, because, you know, Jinjo looks great, but I want to see how they go into their own little cultures and stuff, which would be kind of cool to see. And obviously it coming to PS5 will help this out a lot because they can generate enough revenue to create these places and make them even better. I'm sure that Kuro Games are already working on the newest region, which is just great. And I think that the new characters coming out in the next update do look pretty cool too. I mean, you know, they're not the most impressive, especially compared to a lot of other gacha games. But, you know, we did just have Jinhsi and Changli, which are both amazing characters. And I don't think that the other ones are that bad. Yeah, that's pretty much all the PS5 news that I got for the moment. I'll keep you guys updated if there's anything else new. Obviously, I keep uploading videos on this. This might be my last one for a little while because it doesn't seem like we're going to see any more news until it's actually released, when I will definitely make a video on that one. But again, the overall gameplay for the game is looking amazing, especially seeing it in a more higher quality now. I think we can definitely see how good the quality is compared to PC and not have it running on some kind of like potato phone like we saw in the last video. It's super good to see that Wuthering Waves does have a chance to get into the mainstream, especially with the PlayStation collaboration. And I was just super excited to see Wuthering Waves featured in a Gaming Bible article because it means that this game is getting featured, you know, across some more, you know, mainstream gaming sites. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you think Wuthering Waves will go mainstream in the future, especially with all the PS5 stuff? Or do you think it's going to be stuck in the gacha gaming niche and then we're not going to be seeing any more articles like this one, and that the overall public aren't going to be very excited for the game? But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as I said, go over to GamerSubs, use my code KAZO where you can get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. And yeah, the link will be down below. Definitely go check out the event that I mentioned at the start of the video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.